Hello everyone, welcome back to challenge number 1. I am Claudia and I'm gonna be your host for the next 2 weeks of challenges. Yes, we are gonna be here on the behance.net/live on Adobe Live for 9 challenges in Adobe Illustrator. Today's challenge number 1. I want to say a quick hello here in the chat. I can see Isaac, I can see Wade, Paloma, Taylor, Jesus, Estetica, Kushal. Thank you so much for being here with me, everyone. I really appreciate your company, especially during those hard times where we are self-isolating. It's always nice to be here with you on Adobe Live. I know that you have a very, very busy schedule here on Adobe Live. In particular, you had, let me go and check the schedule. You had already some amazing streamers already starting the day. You started, in fact, drawing with Victoria Pavlov on drawing in vector and raster. Then you have Jason with the Premiere Pro Daily Creative Challenge, and I absolutely loved their landscape. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now we are here for half an hour of the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge, and after me we're gonna have Brandon Gross with Adobe XD prototyping, followed by the XD Daily Creative Challenge with Andrea Hawk, and closing this amazing creative day, the wonderful Kathleen Martin with the sketch party. That's a beautiful, busy day, so stay tuned because there is more creativity and more amazing action happening here on Adobe Live. But I'm gonna jump into my screen real quick so we can start talk about this challenge here in Adobe Illustrator. Before though, I want to keep saying hello because I see so many amazing people. I can see Genti, Monique, Sonal, Mustafa, George from New York City. I recognize you here from previous chat. We have Angela, Himani, CJ, Bernadette. Thank you so much, Sonal. Hello, hi to everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here. And again, let me know where you are joining us from. I'm from Manchester in the UK, and I would love to know, where are you chatting from? And if you are following us from the YouTube channel, make sure to head on behance.net/live so I can see your chat as well and I can say hi to you. But let's get started. It's a busy day. As we said yesterday, the general theme is to really explore the power of Adobe Illustrator. So I have a jam-packed day to have fun and discover how to create amazing vector art. In fact, if you go here on this beautiful landing page by going to on behance.net/challenge, knife tool. And by the way, let me know in the chat if you ever used that knife tool before, because when I usually teach it, people are like, oh, I didn't know there was a knife. Everyone uses the scissor, but I can see Jesus is from planet Earth, that I can see Iman from Prague, Hastings in the UK, and Washington DC, Argentina, Chicago, LA, Steve, Susia is being cheeky, you're right, Steve. And then we have David from Dallas, Texas, then Kosovo, Genti from Kosovo, Andre from Ottawa, Mustafa from Switzerland, Pittsburgh. So amazing. Jacob from Massachusetts. That's amazing. That's the power of Adobe Live. But let me get started here. So when you head to behance.net/challenge/illustrator, you will find this amazing page filled of information for you to join the challenge and get the most out of it. In fact, the first thing that you have to do is to click on this big blue button in order to join the challenge and be reminded every morning of this new challenge. And then you'll be able to discover each day the new challenges, but also go back and watch this video here, just in case you have to go for whatever reason. You can watch the replay or you can share it with your friend and you can access the file. So while I keep presenting here this amazing website, I would suggest you to click on get started and start to download the file that I made ready for you today in order to work together with me in this challenge. Also, a second part, besides learning and sharpening our skills in Illustrator, a very important part of these challenges is the community. And in order to join the community, if you've not done so already, all you have to do is click here where it says community chat, and you'll be transported into the amazing world of Discord. Discord is a chat server where you can connect with me, with amazing streamers that are there, like Tim, like Julia, Andrew, and you can find them all here, Kathleen, in order to ask questions and get feedback on your portfolio, but most importantly on the challenge that we create together. In order to share your challenges, all you have to do is head on the feedback channel here where it says challenge, and all you have to do is click on this little plus button in order to share the challenge that you worked on, your artwork. We're gonna see how to save it today at the end of the challenge. As you can see, yesterday we launched a little mini challenge. I wanted to spread some love, and we created this little effect with typography and the pen tool, and we had so many amazing results from you. Find it very inspiring. Something that I wanted to mention, that I mentioned on Discord. Some of you tagged me on my Instagram. You can access my Instagram from my Behance page. So if you head on behance.net/Clady, you can find all my social media there. And if you tag me, or if you share on Discord here your tag, I'll make sure that I'll post your artwork as well. I love sharing. I always learn so much from you and from having feedback, and I always say, you gotta be brave. Even if you've not finished your challenge yet, make sure that you go ahead and post it on Discord, because you might be inspired to have a final idea of the design. Well, I hope that by now all of you have downloaded your starter file. And if this is your very first time, don't worry, this is a safe space for both those who are learning the first steps and for those who are already pro with these amazing apps. But if it's your very first time and you just want to get started with Illustrator, all you have to do is scroll down in this amazing landing page and click on download Illustrator. You have 1 week of trial, so you'll be able to start and get a hand on the actual challenge and see how to use Illustrator together with me in this challenge. But we need to get started. I'm gonna say a quick hello again before we jump into Illustrator Tongue. You're right on time. We're just to get started. We see Wade, William, good afternoon to you in Louisiana. Here in Manchester, UK, from those of you who are here also in UK, you'll know it's already 7:30 in the evening. I'm ready for my dinner as soon as I finish this. And I can see John from Antarctica. Amazing. Anna for Nicaragua. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me here. I can see the Wade is already shared with you this amazing landing page link. Thank you so much, Wade. And hopefully we already went here and downloaded, get started in order to download our day challenge number one starter file. So double click on Vector Art Started and you'll be able to see this first starter file that I prepared for you. Here we have a color palette. If we head on to our layer panels, again, if you do not see any of the panels that I mentioned, remember that in order for you to bring the panel, all you have to do is click into Window, and you can find here any panel that I mentioned. In this case, we were talking about layers. And all of you that downloaded my file can see that we have one layer. I'm gonna zoom in so you can read, that is called color swatches. Also, we have a little lock. In fact, I locked, and all you have to do in order to activate or deactivate the lock, which basically locks in position the elements that are in the layer. I've done so we don't move those color palette around, because we don't really need to, because we need to have them there in place. And then also I have another layer called inspiration. In fact, in the folder you will find some inspiration. In order to place it in your file, all you have to do is click Shift Command P and you will prompt the place window. So in this case, I'm gonna go into my desktop, Illustrator DCC, and give you a little preview of the upcoming challenges. And I'm gonna select these two and click on place in order to have a linked image of the inspiration file that I provided. As you can see, we're gonna create a little plants. Those are just there again for inspiration. They are in our correct layer here. As you can see, we have a red color, and that's why the frame is also in red. I really gotta move on because time is running, and I'm gonna also lock those in place so we don't move them around. Then I'm gonna click into the artwork layer to start working. I'm gonna zoom in, and first thing that we're gonna create is our vase. So I'm gonna do something like that. I'm gonna take the inspiration. Feel free to do whichever plant you want. So I'm gonna start by creating a rectangle, clicking on my rectangle tool, clicking and dragging here, and then pressing I, which is my eyedropper, to select one of the oranges as the most common vase. And then I'm gonna go ahead into my pen tool and making sure that our rectangle is selected, so we have this little plus next to our pen tool. We can click where it says intersect, and I'm gonna do the same at the very bottom, and I'm gonna zoom out. Now I'm gonna go and click A in order to select our white arrow or direct selection tool. Click and drag to select these 2 points, which are the central point that we just added to our shape, and I'm gonna bring them a little bit down. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and select my one of my bottom point and perhaps bring it in of about 5. I just use my left arrow and I hold shift to create a bigger movement. All you have to remember that whatever you do for your right side, make sure that you do it for the left side. And there we go, we created our vase. But now to give a little bit more of three-dimensionality, I'm gonna go into my line segment and making sure that we intersect our center by holding shift and creating a straight line. I'm gonna create a line. Now, I don't know if even three-dimensionality is a word. If you guys know me already, you know that I make up a lot of the words that I say with my Italian English. But yeah, to create a little of a 3D effect. And all I'm gonna do here is to go into my shape builder tool. And if you do not see all these tools that I'm using in my toolbar, make sure that you go into edit toolbar and that you go into this little drop-down menu and make sure that advanced is selected. This will allow you to see pretty much the majority of the tool that we use during this challenge. Anyway, I'm heading here into my amazing shape builder, and once we click, making sure that we have both our rectangle and segment, we can see that allow us to create a different shape. So now I've separated because our segment went between the 2 points of the rectangle, and by clicking on option, we can actually delete shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the part of the segment that I don't need. Then I'm gonna click on the new shape that we created with the shape builder. Click on I on your keyboard in order to select another color. And here we go. Of course, I gave you here different optional color. You can pick whatever you want. I'm using this one. And yes, Gregory said it's a word now. Yes, Gregory, we create new word. That's the beauty of being creative. And then I'm gonna press N in order to jump into my pencil tool. If you don't like to use shortcut, you have your pencil tool just right here below your paintbrush. Before doing so, I'm gonna press again I real quick to get to my eyedropper and select my green color, and then go back into my pencil tool. And with my pencil tool, we can just start and go ahead, and I'm just using the trackpad here and make some shape. If you want to make a cacti, you can make a shape like so, or if you want one of the plants that were a little bit more like a firework, like this one here, you can do whatever you want really. I use this inspiration, the beauty of nature. The reason why I love to draw nature is because you can't go wrong. Nature is so crazy and beautiful that you really cannot go wrong, because nature will surprise you with more amazing shape. I'm gonna delete this one because it looks like I'm creating more and more of these kind of firework looking leaves. Here they are. And once I created a few, again, you can go ahead and refine them as much as you want. Here I have not much time to show you this amazing trick, so I've just done few. I'm gonna go and select V in order to have our selection tool, and then I'm gonna go here and use the knife tool. Let me know in the chat. I haven't seen if any of you have used that before. If you've not used that before, you can find it under the eraser tool. So your toolbar will look like that, just with the eraser tool. All you have to do is click and hold, and you'll find that the knife in the 3rd position down. So Steve say all words have been created. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. That's all it matters for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and select one leaf at a time, and I can see Jennifer. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm gonna go ahead and click and create into my shape in order to cut a part of the shape. And this is because I still look for my three-dimensionality, my 3D effect. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of a 3D kind of effect for this flat illustration. I just really wanna go ahead and add another color into my leaf, and doing that quite quickly. Again, selection tool with a V, then we go into our knife, we select our leaf, jump into our knife tool, and then once we have our shape selected, we can double click on the new shape that we created, and we can do so as many times as we want. You don't have to do only one different color. Again, I'm doing that just because I'm trying to move fast in order to show you as much as possible here. And I'm gonna keep going until I'm done with my, oops, select the wrong one, double click in order to select to select your eyedropper tool and go to your clear color. Now I'm gonna click and drag to select all my leaves and press Command Shift left curly bracket to bring it back. As you can see now, because we're trying to emulate a little bit of a 3D, we're missing the back. Not a problem, click on P or come here into your pen tool, and we're gonna go and click onto one of the corner of our vase and just go ahead and click approximately where you think that the back of the vase the same shape is. You don't have to be perfect because you got your plants in the middle. And make sure that you close the shape with this little circle. So when you see this little circle with the pen tool, is because we are closing a path. When you have a minus, we are subtracting a point, and like we saw at the beginning, when you have a plus, we are adding a new point. Now I'm clicking on I in order to get my eyedropper tool and go into the brown color, and again, Command Shift curly bracket to bring it to the back. Here it is. So now we have the back of the pot that of course is darker because it's the inside. So we give a little bit of it back. So we have Lisa saying, hi Cloudy, hi everyone, I'm late today. Don't worry, as I said, we are gonna have this one recorded. So if you head back on our amazing landing page, you'll be able to come back and see what we've done so far. Now I just want to add a little bit more of details. So for example, I can go and use my brush tool and perhaps select another color like this pink and add a little flower. Let's see, I'm just going to create a very, very simple flower. So I just have a brush tool here and selected one color. Then I can select again another color, B to go into your brush tool again. And here you can use the bracket. As you can see, right bracket makes the larger and left bracket make it smaller. Time is ticking, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish it off whatever way you like. I'm gonna show you some more examples that I've done, but before, I really want to show you how to do something, because many of you that were playing yesterday with the mini challenge asked me this question: how to create a border out of an illustration stroke that we created with the brush, or if you created with the pen tool, become a shape. Afterwards, I'm gonna press Command C to copy my entire selection and Command F to copy and paste on top. Then I'm gonna search for my Pathfinder panel here from my window. Here we find it here. And I'm gonna click on Unite. And you can see everything, it turns purple. That's absolutely fine. I'm gonna go in again into Object, Path, Offset Path. 5 millimeter is absolutely fine. And I'm gonna press, I'm gonna make sure that this is round, so you can see we have all this rounded line. Before it was into meter and we had a squared, so I'm gonna change it into round. Click preview in order to make sure that you see what you're doing and press OK. And then again, click onto Unite, and I'm gonna go ahead and press Command Shift and curly bracket, oops, in order to bring it back here. As you can see, we created a border. Now I'm just gonna make sure that we outline everything, and I'm gonna press Command G in order to select it. I'm gonna bring it out here where we have a little bit of a contrast, because usually this is the same technique that I use for stickers. The only difference is that I have a white outline here. And you can also put your name, put your website if you're doing stickers to get recognized. You know, I love a little bit of a street style, so you can create stickers, put your name, send it to print, they are ready to go. And this is super useful to keep details, like for example, this little stick of the flower within the same frame. Now I'm going to show you the other plants that I created here. I went a little bit crazy. As you can see, you can do whatever you want. They don't necessarily have to be plants, so I really look forward to see what you create. And I can see that you are having an amazing time in the chat, so I'm glad to see that. Quick shortcut in order to export this file, Option Command E to export the artboard. I'm only interested in the second artboard here, so I can deselect the first one. I'm gonna export it into my desktop. I don't need to create a subfolder, so I can tick that away, and I'm not worrying about scale or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and export my artboard here. Now if I jump back into my desktop, here it is. We already just saved this amazing challenge number 1, and we can post it into Discord again. Oops, as I said here, let's jump into Discord, plus and find your work here. Oops, we have the Discord app opening. We don't need you, we're already here. So click on this little plus. We have the artboard that we created, and click open in order to, so this is challenge 1. Some perfect, as you know I can spell, and I'm gonna upload it here. So I already posted my challenge onto Discord. What is left to do is to go into your Behance and create a new project. I already created one yesterday, so it's right here. Otherwise, create a new project for your Behance, and you can add your work. If you already create a project, make sure to go into edit project, and all you have to do is update your new challenge here by clicking on this little up arrow in order to upload. Here it is. I'm gonna click and open, and it's gonna upload. In the meantime, I got 1 minute to say goodbye, but I want to remind you that into the settings of your Behance project, make sure that you select the AI. Here it is in their discoverability, AI Daily Creative Challenge, in order to have your new challenge discovered and your project folder discovered. So here it is. I'm gonna zoom in real quick. I'm almost running out of time. It's time for me to say goodbye. Before doing so, let's make sure that we save, and we also save our project here. I look forward to see yours on Behance and on Discord. I hope you had fun here sharpening your skills and learning new techniques in Illustrator. I probably have 30 seconds to run through the schedule real quick. I'm just gonna go with what is after me. We have Adobe XD prototyping with Brandon Gross, and then XD Daily Creative Challenge with Andrea Hogue, and the amazing Kathleen Martin with the Sketch Party. Another amazing end of the day, super creative with all these amazing people. So stay tuned, stick here onto these Behance.net/live for Adobe Live. And